Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nikita, and on this channel we prioritize diverse reading, especially with a focus on BIPOC stories and South Asian stories, both in literature and in real life. So I have a lot of book chats, book recommendations, as well as my podcast called Brown People Problems. So today I wanted to share with you a few books that I have bought recently. A lot of these are BIPOC authors that I'm so excited to get into, and some are not BIPOC authors, but also some really lovely stories that I'm excited to read this winter season. This is a current pile that I have in front of me. It's huge, so let's get started. Okay, first let's talk about some of the BIPOC authors that I recently got. And I'm very excited. So the very first one I have here is A Holly Jolly Duali by Sonia Lally. This is an author that I haven't actually read anything by. I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't read anything by her, but this sounds really nice. This is basically about, I think this is a nice little rom-com that takes place actually in Mumbai, in India, during the course of Duali to Christmas. And I think that's going to be nice because it is really like the festive season, isn't it? For a lot of South Asian folks, the festive season starts pretty much in November. And for those who celebrate, like those in the West who celebrate both like Diwali and Christmas, like starting November all the way to the end of December, like it's a pretty fun time. So I'm saving this for mid-November when I'm actually like smack in the middle of the festive time. I think this is going to be good. I don't think I've ever read a book that really kind of mishmashes two different holidays or two different cultures, and I have some high hopes. I have heard good things about this too, and if I like this one, then I will be checking out more by this author because I am looking for more South Asian Canadian authors to read, and I believe Sonia Lally is Indo-Canadian. Next up, I got What a Strange Paradise by Omar Al-Akkad. It's won like the Scotiabank Giller Prize. It's a really well-known book, and given the current political climate, it just seems like a good read. Not that it was always a good read, but just I feel particularly called to it right now given what's going on politically. But I don't know if many of you will remember, but a few years ago there was an image going around viral of a dead Syrian boy who had washed up on, I believe it was one of the Greek islands, or like, yeah, the coast of one of the Greek islands, and he was on a boat of refugees that was fleeing their war-torn country, and unfortunately that kid had died and he'd washed up ashore face down dead. And I believe that's what inspired Omar Al-Akkad to write this book. This is specifically from the perspective of a child. This is a young Syrian boy fleeing, and the book starts off with him washing up ashore on a beach in some part of Europe. I don't think that part is named, but it really follows the global refugee crisis and what it's like to look at that from the eyes of a child. So the story revolves around how he came to be on the boat, how his family came to be on the boat, and then it follows him as he tries to like navigate life after that and find safety. So I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, as with any book that is slightly heavier in themes, I do take my time with them. Maybe this is not a book that I would sit and finish in one sitting. I might take my time with this, but I'm really excited about this. After that, I have 3 Holidays and a Wedding. This is 2 authors. We have Uzma Jalaluddin and we have Marissa Stapley. These are both Canadian women, and I have heard so much about Uzma Jalaluddin. I have seen so many of her books. A lot of them are on my list, but I don't know why I just haven't gotten around to them yet. But this one she wrote in partnership with Marissa Stapley, and this just came out, I believe. So I'm very excited for this for the holidays. This follows, I believe this takes place over Christmas and Hanukkah, and then it has, I believe, a Muslim wedding in it, if I'm not wrong. But it's just so nice to read cozy books that have references to different cultures and different celebrations. Like, it just gives me all the right vibes. So it's going to be a fun rom-com, perfect for November, December. I might save this for December, just the cover is so festive. But I'm looking forward to this one as well. After that, I got a book in a series that I have been reading and actually sharing a lot about lately. It's the Inspector Chopra series that you've heard me talk about by Wasim Khan. It's a cozy mystery series that's set in Mumbai in India, and it follows this one retired inspector who has now become a detective, and his partner is a baby elephant who helps him solve crimes. I think that's adorable. So I read the other two over on my iPad as the ebook versions, but I'm really enjoying this series, so I decided to get the third one paperback. The third one in the series is called The Strange Disappearance of a Bollywood Star, and it really seems like a famous Bollywood star has disappeared, and it's up to Inspector Chopra and his baby elephant Ganesh to navigate the movie industry and find this missing actor. I am really enjoying this series. I'm going to buy all of them. And for now, I only bought this third one, but I will be buying the fourth one as well once I'm through this. But if you're looking for a cozy mystery series that has some cute elements while also having like a good mystery, then I think you would really enjoy this. His mysteries tend to be very Poirot-esque, I guess. I compare Inspector Chopra to Poirot. I have always liked Poirot more than I have liked Sherlock Holmes, and he is certainly up there for me too. After that, I got this book that's everywhere right now, and that's Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mehrer. It's just so beautiful. It has like red sprayed edges, and this just came out. I believe this was a TikTok sensation that everybody was talking about. And this is basically, it's a fantasy. It's about a girl who becomes an assistant to the villain in this fantastical world. And it's a bit of a rom-com. It's a bit of a fantasy. I believe there's like some mystery elements to it. I was so excited for this. I did start it. I am 25 pages through, but I have put it aside for now because just for some reason I didn't click with this right off the bat. So I'm going to come back to this when I do feel ready for it. But if any of you have read this, like, let me know, is it worth the hype? Is it as good as everyone is saying? Because I feel very drawn to this book. It's a beautiful book. It's a really lovely premise, feels very unique. And I'll keep you posted on this one. Next up, I feel like I'm a little late to the game, but I have The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. He has a whole cozy mystery series, and I just decided to buy it. I was in the bookstore the other day, and I've been seeing this book over and over again, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I decided to check it out. It's about four friends. These four older friends who live in a retirement village, and they meet weekly to discuss unsolved murders. And one day someone is like found dead, and so these senior citizens, they get together to catch the killer. And I love that. I think that's such an important element of cozy mysteries for me, is like an unlikely sleuth. And if it's an unlikely female sleuth, that's even better. But I think this is adorable. I think we need a lot more elderly folks as main characters in books. We don't see enough of that. I think they just brings like so much charm to the book, and it's always really nice to have a different perspective and a different lens. So if any of you have read this series, please share your thoughts with me below. This is considered like a cozy mystery classic, you know? All right, up next. This is a bit of an impulse purchase, I will be honest, but I'm not saying I regret it. I just haven't had time for this book, but this is Charlotte Iles. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Charlotte Iles is Not a Detective by Katie Siegel. This is, it used to be a TikTok web show. That's really cool. But I guess this is about a former kid detective who's, I guess, now like grown up, and it follows her as an adult, because as a kid she used to solve a lot of mysteries, and then she retired, and now she comes out of retirement in her 20s. She comes out of retirement as a child detective to solve another mystery. There's a blurb in the back here that says, for anyone who ever wondered how Nancy Drew or Encyclopedia Brown are doing now that they're all grown up, this book is for you. This is rated as being very funny, with a great mystery, and I'm excited. You know, I think sometimes I need some of these cozy mysteries or more like fun mysteries as fillers when I'm reading some heavier books. And I'm surprised at how big it is. It's like 300 and it's about 365 pages. That's pretty big for a YA mystery. I don't know if this is a YA, but still for a cozy mystery, that's pretty big. But this is a debut by this author who also went viral on TikTok. So I've invested a lot in these TikTok viral books this month, but here's to hoping that they're good. After that, I just had to buy this. I bought the new Sophie Canella, The Burnout. This just came out, and as soon as it came out, it was in my cart. I love a good Sophie Canella. Like, there's no one, in my opinion, no one can write messy, lovable, hilarious, quirky female protagonists like Sophie Canella. She is amazing at being so relatable, and all of her heroines are so relatable and hilarious, and I love that. I actually have not ever fully read the Shopaholic series. It just never called to me. I have read the Christmas Shopaholic, and I have read a number of other books by Sophie Canella, like Finding Audrey. That was really great. And I have also read My Not So Perfect Life. I love that book. I've read that one a couple times. And I'm currently reading I've Got Your Number. And I am excited for this one. This is basically about a girl who is significantly burnt out. It's about a couple of friends who are actually significantly burnt out from life, and they're going to navigate this together. So I am looking forward to this. The blurb here says that Sasha has had it. She cannot bring herself to respond to another inane, urgent, but obviously not at all urgent, email, or participate in the corporate employee joyfulness program. She hasn't seen her friends in months. Sex seems like a lot of effort. Even cooking dinner takes far too much planning. Sasha has hit a wall. That's very relatable. And Sophie Canella is just such a good time. Every single time, her books are such a good time. And this is such a great filler book for like thriller, in between thrillers and some of the heavier books. But I'm going to be reading this fall winter season. And lastly, my guilty pleasure is Tessa Bailey. She writes such fun, quick romances. And this is our newest one. It's a Christmas one. It's called Wreck the Halls. This was definitely a bit of a guilty pleasure purchase. I like her, and I like supporting her. Tessa Bailey is fun. I will be honest though, I haven't been the biggest fan of her two books that came out this year, the Secretly Yours and Unfortunately Yours I haven't read yet. It just felt like Secretly Yours was okay. It was a bit of a stretch, and of course some of the things that some of the elements and themes in her romance books are problematic, and just how sometimes she like portrays her men and her women, and of course it's very like heteronormative. We're not seeing like a very like gender diverse romance. So I acknowledge all of that. I'm filling those gaps by reading other books and other queer romances. But I just really like her. She writes like the perfect little rom-coms that are just great if you want to escape into a different world for a couple of days. Obviously her books are very spicy, so if that's not your cup of tea, then definitely stay away from them, because she takes it to a whole other level. But I am looking forward to this. Even though I want to read it now, I will certainly save it for December around holiday time, because that's when it's going to be, I think, best consumed, is when your physical setting matches the setting in the book. Okay, let's see. I also purchased a couple ebooks this month. I have purchased Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. It was on sale on Kobo for I think $2 or something. That's her Christmas book from last year, so I'm excited to read that. I also purchased Payback's a Witch by Elena Harper. This is going to be my last witchy book for the year. I just read so many of them in September that now that we're so close to Halloween, I don't feel like reading another one, but I will read this one. I'm looking forward to that. I also bought Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. it's been so famous, so when I saw it on sale on Kobo, I just grabbed it. I'm also looking forward to reading Exit West by Mohsin Hamid and The Last Girl, which is the story of captivity of Nadia Murad, and it's written with Amal Clooney. So these are just some books that I've like recently got, and I'm excited to read them. Really excited to get into them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish all of these before the year ends, but I will certainly be sharing soon a TBR, a winter cozy TBR, so keep your eyes out for that one. Let me know if you've picked up, if you've read, or if you're planning to read any of the books that I have shared below, especially if there's any of the BIPOC ones that really resonate with you. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for being here. Check out this next video where I take you through my process of reading a couple books. All right, thanks for being here, everyone. See you in my next one.